Doing these 4 basic steps are going to help manifest your harmonious twin flame union in 2024. But before we get going, I am Kanisha with Twin Flames Universe. Definitely like and subscribe, and let's jump into the first basic step that you want to do in order to help manifest your harmonious union. So the first one is making or updating your twin flame love list. Now, this is so important because you have just been through a year. You have learned so much about yourself, or you're starting to learn things about yourself. And as you get clear about who you are, you will start to get even more clear on the divine counterpart that you desire, who you truly want and desire at the core of your divine counterpart will start to show up and manifest because it's what you desire at your core. So I say this because this is something that I avoided doing for a very long time, because I was like, there's just so many things that I want in a divine counterpart. There's no way that this is going to show up in this, all of this is going to show up in one person. There's just no way. And I had this belief that I would need like 3 or 4 different men to fill up this list, to cover this list. But ultimately, as I started to get really clear on who I was and what I desired, it really helped me get clear on what I desired in my divine counterpart. And ultimately, as I wrote out my love list, it was very extensive. It was very intense. It was very detailed. And I just had to trust the process. And when I met my true twin flame, I was in awe. I was just like, there's no way this man meets my entire love list. He met about 85 to 90%, and then the other 10 to 15% he was just moving into, or he was currently working on. But it blew me away that this person existed. And I had to update and change my love list as I explored other connections prior to meeting my twin flame. There was a moment where I had on my love list that I want a man who's tall enough for me to wear my heels and he still be taller than me. But that sounded really silly. After I started to get to know myself, I recognized that I actually just really desired a secure masculine who was okay with me being me and dressing the way that I desired to dress, and encouraged it and loved it and supported it. And that's actually what I received in my masculine. So it's really important that when you are writing or updating your love list, that you're focusing on the core values. You're focusing on the characteristics of who they are and how they show up. For me, I really desired a man who was open to romancing me, and by open to being a father, because I wanted children, more children than the 2 that I already have. I wanted someone who wanted to partner with me in my business. I wanted someone who was very clear what his dreams and desires are and are consistently working towards their goals and is open to continuously growing and expanding. There's just a lot of things that I really needed to get clear on. The last thing I had to get clear on was that I needed to start showing up as my love list. As I did that, it was easier for me to truly see my twin flame clearly, because he was mirroring me. And my twin flame can't be my love list if I'm not my love list, because he is me. And ultimately, your twin flame is your ultimate partner, your ultimate best friend, teacher, and lover. And I had to recognize that I also had to be that for myself too. I had to start showing up for myself the way I wanted my twin flame to show up. And so I couldn't have my twin flame be these things on my list if I was not. I can't have them give to me what I'm not already giving myself. So your love list is, and updating it is going to be one of the basics you want to go back to. Number 2 is going to be reading the Twin Flame book, Twin Flames: Finding Your Ultimate Lover. I read this book at least once a year, usually towards the end of the year, going into the beginning of the year, because it really helps me come back to the basics and really ground the understanding of twin flames. A lot of us will tend to try to approach our twin flame union like a soulmate relationship. It will not work. It will backfire. So I highly recommend reading the book. And if for whatever reason you decide not to read the whole book, please read chapter 5, where it goes over the mirror exercise and going into depth about it and giving you different examples of how to use the mirror exercise, which leads into the basic step number 3, the mirror exercise. I highly recommend getting a notebook for 2024 where you write all of your mirror exercise in them. This is going to really help you start to master the mirror exercise. So when you do have your twin flame in your space, you're able to automatically go into that space and start loving yourself. Start healing the upset while they're in front of you so that you don't have to go your separate directions and into your different corners and heal by yourself. You're meant to heal with your twin flame. So mastering the mirror exercise, coming back to the basic of writing it out, really allowing yourself to get clear on the mirror exercise. That way you're not missing any steps or just moving quickly through it. I recognize that this was so important myself within my own union, because when I would start to be around my twin flame and an upset would start to arise, I would be like, oh my gosh, I have to heal it really quickly. And then I would try to be healing it really quickly, but it would be so frustrating because he's in my face and right there, and it made it really hard. So when I started coming back to the basics of writing it out and mastering it, and then being in my space of my twin flame again, it really became much easier because I had started mastering the concept of the mirror exercise. And I also started inviting my twin flame into doing it with me. And so once I was really comfortable of doing the mirror exercise, it was comfortable for me to invite him into healing with me. So I highly recommend coming back to the basics of the mirror exercise, writing out all 4 steps, and really allowing yourself to master it. And then last but not least, romancing yourself. I want this year to be the most romantic year of your life. And you do that by romancing yourself. And if you need support and guidance on how to do that, I highly recommend checking out the Romance Attraction e-course that you can find at twinflamesuniverse.com. I love this e-course. I actually started doing it again this morning. I got to lesson 2 and I was just like, oh my goodness, this is so juicy. And it is a way to learn how to romance yourself without having to need someone else to do that. When you really learn how to romance yourself on a deeper level, you will see that manifest and be mirrored back to you, not by your twin flame and in your union, but also by the world. Like, you'll see your reality start to romance you by giving you maybe a free bouquet of flowers or a gift, or someone offering to cook you a home cooked meal, whatever it is, however you desire to be romanced. For me, one of the things I love is fresh flowers. You will always see fresh flowers in my room or in my kitchen because it really just brings me joy. And I really love the colors, and it just makes me feel all warm and cozy inside. I also love to treat myself to chocolate at least once a week, where I'm like, I want a sweet treat. I'm going to go get myself that. Or I love getting my nails done or doing my makeup in a certain way with certain colors. Like, it really is how I love to romance myself. How you romance yourself might be a little different, but as you get clear on that, you'll see how you actually really desire to be loved in different ways, or what feels good to you in your union. Every union is unique and it's different in every way. And so really learning what romance means to you. It could be staying in for a Saturday night and just watching romantic movies or comedies, or making yourself dinner with candlelights. Again, whatever it is up to you, but really coming back to romancing yourself instead of waiting for someone to romance you, instead of waiting for this fairy tale romantic night to come along. You can do that for yourself. You can take yourself out on a date, out to the movies, whatever it is that you want to do with your twin flame. Start doing those things for yourself and with yourself, and you will see that start to manifest into your reality through your twin flame. So to review, we want to either make or update our love list. We want to read the twin flame book, Twin Flames: Finding Your Ultimate Lover by Jeff and Shalia Devine. You want to master the mirror exercise. Highly recommend getting a notebook so you can put them all in there. You'll start to see your patterns and all the things that you're healing, and it'll really help you stay on track of where you are in your union. And then last but not least, romancing yourself, becoming your own ultimate best friend, your own ultimate lover. And you will find that your union and your life is going to really transition and just change and evolve and just become so juicy. And you're just going to start really, truly loving the life that you're living. So I hope this is very helpful for you. If you need more support and guidance, definitely feel free to check out twinflamesuniverse.com. You will also find the 8 free intro sessions there. The introductory session is so amazing. It really is going to help you start moving forward in your twin flame journey and really start healing some deep core blocks that maybe you didn't know was there. And then also check out the Ascension coaches. They are fantastic. They are so trained in helping you being able to move through all blocks and upsets within your union. And they're really here to help you become the best version of yourself and to relax into your harmonious union. Definitely like and subscribe. I will see you again. You take care.